Good morning. I am on my way somewhere. I'm safely driving, I promise. Um, I find that it is very therapeutic sometimes for me to just have a free talk. And I know in psychology, when I was going to school, I remember what do you call it? Exercise that a lot of therapists use is called free write. But for me, free talk is good as well. And today I'm going to talk about letting things go, letting people go, letting, a lot of things that don't serve any purpose in your life anymore go. A lot of times I believe that we hold on to things and people that don't really enhance our life or even provide a source of security and safety. A lot of times is because we don't like rejection as human beings. We don't like to be rejected at all. However, when it comes to, what we've been taught, a lot of times people tell you to be, to forgive and to make sure that, you just let stuff go and love people anyway. I get that. I understand that. However, there has to be some type of standards that you live by to ensure that you are placed in healthy situations and healthy relationships. For the most part, because if you don't protect yourself and take care of yourself, who is? People are very, very, especially nowadays, they're very, very motivated. A lot of people do things that make them happy. A lot of people pretty much look out for themselves 100%. Family, friends, it doesn't even really matter who it is, because people are going to, it's just nature. It's just, how we naturally respond to things, unless you're a person that is constantly checked into how you're behaving and how you're making other people feel. And it's a fine line, because a lot of people tell you that you're supposed to forgive and forget and all that stuff. I don't know. I've worked with several companies that I've had to let go of because it was just toxic. There are certain friends that I had to let go of because they were toxic as well. If you feel more stressed out in a situation than you do at peace, then you got to check that situation in that relationship. What is the most healthy environment, the most healthy relationship for me? Now, don't get me wrong. There's going to be, there's going to be struggle with everything. There's going to be, challenges, if I could say it that way, with everything. However, those challenges should be making you grow, and those challenges should not be 100% of your experience. I have a friend who recently just gave me this perception and just made me realize what was really happening. So this friend dates, had a partner years ago, and I told my friend, I was like, hey, be careful, because she asked, she was like, what do you think? I said, be careful. I don't know what it is about this person, but just be careful. So the relationship started to tarnish. The relationship started to go south. And it became so toxic, I just had to just let it go. Listen, I can't deal with the back and forth, because the partner obviously didn't like me speaking that truth and felt threatened. So it made my relationship with my friend very, very stressful. Time went on and that relationship dissolved. My friend actually had a hard time in that relationship. Now my friend is in a second relationship, and it's kind of like the same pattern. I'm like, just be careful. Now it's happening again, and it's repeating itself. So this is my decision. This is what I'm doing. I'm going to cut it off, because number one, this has happened twice. This is not something that, is healthy for me. And a lot of people think, well, nobody's perfect. Yes, nobody's perfect, but my peace will be perfect, right? It says, in the Bible somewhere, I don't know where it is, it says seek peace and pursue it. So I'm pursuing peace through my decision. And a lot of times we feel guilty about it. We feel guilty about making sure that we are in a situation that is healthy for us to go to sleep, that is healthy for us not to have anxiety, that is healthy for us to not necessarily be stressed out about a specific thing. Because life in itself, even just dealing with me, like me as a person, I'm a lot, because I know that. And I have a lot to deal with. So I get to choose what I am challenged with, right? I get to make a choice. Do I want to be challenged by this again? Nope, not even, because this friend of mine has done this twice. Naturally, I recognize it, and sometimes, people don't even realize what they're doing, and I don't really think that's the case, but, people often get uncomfortable with the standards that you uphold as opposed to you as a person, right? They get uncomfortable because they know you have a specific set of morals and ideals that they just don't want to deal with, or they just can't grasp yet. So you make them uncomfortable. And if who I am and what I stand for makes you uncomfortable, there's nothing I can do about that. That's not my problem, right? A lot of people will get irritated and frustrated with you because the thing that you're doing, they can't find in themselves to do or to be. And it is a challenge every day to choose things that bring peace to my life and to avoid chaos. The older I get, I don't want to have chaos in my house. I don't want to have chaos in my work. I don't want to have chaos in relationships, right? So at all costs, I pursue my peace. And I'm just now getting to a point where I'm okay with that. A lot of people I'm noticing, and I've done it too myself, stay in really, really bad relationships based off the hope that something will be different. No. No. The only thing that we should have that much hope in is God. The only thing that we should have that much faith in is God, because people will disappoint you every time. They will, because there is no natural physical governor that makes people do the right thing. It has to be a choice. And most of the time, we all make bad choices. But if you consistently make bad choices and around me, and it causes me anxiety or stress, I'm going to eliminate it, right? Seek peace and pursue it. It's such a fine line. People don't talk about this. People don't talk about what you should do in situations where the level of toxicity is so bad that you can't sleep, or you can't eat, or you can't really focus at work. That's crazy. That's not okay. That's unhealthy. So I hope this helps you. And I'm just talking, free talk today, because I just had to release this off of myself. I find that a lot of times when I talk something out, and this is what happened when I go to therapy, my therapist really doesn't say or do anything. They just sit there and listen. I pretty much work my problems out on my own in front of my therapist. So I don't know why I'm paying her, whatever. But no, my therapist is awesome. She challenges me every now and then, and it makes me think about things. But either way, you got to make sure you watch the things that you're thinking about. Is what I'm thinking bringing me peace? Right? Is what I'm thinking, is what I'm processing in my spirit, in my mind, is it bringing me a resolve, or am I constantly focusing on a revolving set of issues that I'm not doing anything about, that I'm not making any moves, I'm not making any changes? You have control over the level of stress and anxiety in your life. You do. You have that control. But a lot of us want to sit here, and God has been really working with me on this. We want to sit here and soak and sulk in a victim disposition. A victim's disposition would be like, why does this happen to me all the time? This is not for me. I just can't get anything right. I don't understand why. Well, in my prayer time, God was like, wait a minute. Michelle, you have two choices here. And there are consequences for each choice, right? So if you choose to stay in this situation, you're going to be unhappy. You're going to be frustrated. You're going to be consistently wondering why you're here. Or you can make another choice that's going to put you in a position where you're going to be a little bit anxious because you don't know what's going to happen. But that part of it, you can change. You can provide some type of prescription to that, and that's faith. God, I made this decision. I don't know what's going to happen after this decision. I am terrified, God, but I need you to replace my worry with faith. I need you to impart in me the strength that I need to go through this, because if I stay in this situation, then I'm not going to be happy. Because obviously the parties involved don't care about that. They don't care about my happiness. They don't care about what it is that I'm trying to do. They don't even listen. Right? So it's one or the other. Each decision, however, has consequences. The thing is that God was like, Michelle, you chose this. You chose to change. You chose to make a different decision than you did yesterday. So you're going to have to deal with the consequence of worry. And with that worry, what I'm giving you is the opportunity for me to show you, Michelle, that I can do anything. That there is nothing impossible for me. That I am before you, and therefore nothing can be against you. So each decision is going to have some type of consequence. It's just learning to understand it, pinpoint what your emotions are after that decision, and feed it God. Whew, that just dropped out the sky. Let's just feed our worry God. Let's feed our anxiety God with the decisions that we make to change our lives and to make it more peaceful. I think I just freed myself. Anyway, that's all I got today, folks. Have a good day.